Azusa was a corporate slave living just to work. One day she fell dead at her desk from being overworked. A goddess came in front of her and said she had died. She also said that she felt bad, so she will give Azusa whatever life she wants. Azusa asked to be young and immortal. The goddess sent her to a new world and into a new body. As she is now in a new world, she finds a free house. She is searching in the area and sees a village and decided to head that way. On her way, she finds a slime and kills it. Once she is finally in the village, a villager tells her that she should check out the Adventurers Guild. As she registers with the guild, she can finally make money from the slimes she kills. As her life goes on, she lives a simple life, sleeping in, eating and drinking whatever, simple farm work, and then killing some slime for gems. After 300 years, she is still killing slimes and helping the village. As she gets to the guild for her daily slime pay, a guild employee asks her what her level is now after 300 years. The witch goes to check her stats, and she finds out she is level 99, and she realizes that she has gained over 11 million experience. She tells the guild employee that she needs to keep her level a secret, as she is probably the most powerful being in the world. The guild employee swears that she won't tell anyone. When she was home, some random adventurers came to her house and asked her to help them test their skill. After all, she was the level 99 witch. She tried to tell them that she really isn't level 99, but it didn't work. She had to fight them. As the first girl used wind magic against the witch, she fired back and destroyed them all. She went down to confront the guild employee, and she found out someone else was overhearing their conversation and spilled all the information. The next day, a dragon came to her house and wanted to test their strength as well. She fought the dragon and they both used a powerful attack. The dragon was still okay and she froze his mouth. The dragon fell on her house and destroyed it. Azusa was mad and made her fix the house. However, until the house was fixed, Azusa had to stay in the village. As a random girl shows up to her hotel, she finds out that she was the dragon who actually destroyed her house. The girl asked Azusa if she can live with her and learn her ways. Once the dragon girl is done building the new house, she finds out the dragon's name is Leica. As Leica and Azusa kill slime together, a mysterious girl watches them and says to herself they will pay. Leica helps Azusa build a protective magic border around the village, and a thief is taken out soon after. As the girls are back home, a little girl named Falfa comes to the house and says Azusa is her mother, and her twin sister Shalsha wants to kill Azusa for killing slime because they are slime spirits. Shalsha shows up and says that since she has killed millions of her kind, she will kill her. Shalsha blocks Azusa's spell, and even gets rid of her flying spell. Leica protects her master and knocks out Shalsha before even touching her. As Shalsha wakes up, she realizes that her magic ran out. She gets emotional because her sole purpose was to kill Azusa. Azusa invites the twins to the house to live, and the twins make Azusa promise to not kill slimes anymore unless they are evil slimes. As the new family lives together, another person comes to the door. It's an elf and her name is Halkara. Halkara tells the family that someone is after her and she needs help. She tells everyone that a very powerful demon named Beelzebub is after her because she accidentally gave a demon a poisonous drink. Azusa tells her that she will help protect her against the demon. Halkara teaches Azusa about herbs and medicines in the forest. Halkara accidentally takes a seductive drug and starts to walk towards Azusa. She is trying to convince her to do some fun stuff. Azusa gets frustrated and knocks out Halkara. As they are in town, she finds a wanted poster for Halkara. They decided to get the girls to safety. They find a fly on the wall and realize that it's the demon disguised. The demon and Azusa decided to fight for Halkara. As they are about to go all out, Beelzebub accidentally hits the barrier and passes out. Once Beelzebub wakes up, she admits that the energy drink didn't actually poison anyone and it was all a misunderstanding. Beelzebub was just trying to find more energy drinks. The next day comes and Beelzebub asks Azusa to stay longer. Of course, the family accepts her, and they realize that they have an extremely big family, and it just keeps growing. The next day, Leica announces that she has to return to her home for a wedding. Leica carries everyone on her back to get to the wedding. As all the girls are at the wedding, the blue dragons show up and start freezing the red dragons. The red dragons announce war on the blue dragon, and a battle breaks out. Leica is battling the blue dragon's queen Flatort. As Leica battles, a blue dragon attacks the twins and Azusa kicks the blue dragon down. Lady Azusa starts fighting the blue dragons as she is mad at them for attacking her family. She throws one, then defends herself from their ice attack. After the blue dragon's attack failed, she starts beating them all up. Flatort confronts Azusa and she kicks her into the ground. As they are searching through the dragon's town, they found Beelzebub, and she shows them all the dragons she defeated in the town. Once back at the wedding, they make Flatort go into her human form and force her into a treaty between the blue and red dragons. As the night comes to an end, they decided to go to the famous hot springs in the area for a nice bath. After a while, Halkara announces that she is starting her energy drink factory in the village. She keeps coming home late because there is a ghost at her factory. Azusa agrees to help her get rid of her ghosts, but first she decides to summon Beelzebub to help with the new challenge. Beelzebub agrees and they head into the factory. Since everyone except Beelzebub is scared, they all hold hands. They make it into the main room and Beelzebub calls out the ghost and catches her. As they are talking to Rosalie the ghost, the girls find out that this is where she was killed many years ago. She killed herself because she was sold off by her parents for money. Beelzebub gets ready to kill Rosalie, but Azusa stops her, and they agree to help Rosalie escape the factory by entering Halkara's body. Azusa says she can live at her home and join her ever-growing family. Once back, they realize that Rosalie can't leave Halkara's body. They decided to try a ton of different strategies to get Rosalie out of her body. However, none of them seemed to be working. They finally try to get Rosalie drunk and throw her in a freezing bath. Rosalie jumps out of Halkara's body, and they all get to meet the real Rosalie. Beelzebub shows up a couple days later and announces that Azusa has won the Demon Nobel Peace Prize reward for ending the blue and red dragons' conflict for good. She also says that they all must go to the demon world to accept the prize. After a couple of weeks, Beelzebub shows up with a Leviathan that will transport them to the demon world. As they are on the Leviathan, Vanya, another Leviathan in her human form, is there to serve them. Vanya explains to the girls that her sister Fatla is the other Leviathan they are riding on. After Vanya feeds the girls, they go into the hot bath to relax and get ready for the demon's ceremony. They get into the Demon King's castle and walk into the throne's room. As soon as they walk in, the Demon King Pecora greets them and they freak out because they were caught off guard. Pecora actually turned out to be nice, and Halkara accidentally hit her chin and knocks her out. Halkara is then sent to get locked up and is soon to be executed. The girls plan to wake the Demon King up so she can save Halkara. They get caught and two giant bulls attack them. Azusa takes out the bulls and she starts fighting the rest of the guards. She takes them out in one go, then finds the Demon King's room. As she tries to give her medicine, Pecora wakes up to see the bottle. She then accuses Azusa of trying to poison her. Pecora forces Azusa to duel her. Pecora rushes Azusa and misses. Then Azusa gets mad and punches her into the wall while breaking her sword. Azusa forces Pecora to pardon Halkara and she submits, then randomly falls in love with Azusa. Pecora explains she has been looking for someone who is stronger than her that she can worship and obey. She even forces Azusa to yell at her and pet her. Pecora releases Halkara and confesses more of her love to Azusa once more. She even tries to convince Azusa to kiss her. Azusa gives in and kisses her on the cheek. The girls see it and get jealous and starting making Azusa kiss them. The next day the ceremony for Azusa starts. Liaka and Flatort show up as well and receive medals with Azusa. Then Pecora forces Flatort to submit to Azusa. The girls later find out that Flatort must be with Azusa for the rest of her life due to the submission. Now again Azusa's family is continuously growing. Once they are back home, the two dragons Flatort and Leica realize that they need more meat in their diet, so they go into the forest next to the lake to find some wild boars. Flatort gets her clothes stolen by the boars and now she is fighting them without any clothes. The next couple days go by and Azusa finds out that there is a fake witch pretending to be her. She heads into a big town to find information and finds out the location of the pretend witch. Azusa captures the fake witch and finds out she is really just a young girl named Ino who admires becoming a witch one day. She goes on to say she just wants to be recognized as witch that people look up to and admire. Azusa and the girls help her create a shop so she can become all the things she wants. Ino starts her shop and becomes a popular witch with a successful business. A couple days later the girls come to find out that Falfa turned back into a slime. The only answer the girls can think of is to ask a demon for help. Azusa summons Beelzebub and she directs them to the intelligent slime in the demon's country. Pecora shows up and says they will only help the girls find intelligent slime if Azusa gives her a kiss. Azusa gives her a kiss on the cheek and she tells them that it's in a shed. The intelligent slime lets the girls know that they must go to magic slime on top of a mountain. As the girls make it to the magician slime's house, they let her know about Falfa's situation. The magician slime lets them know that she cannot help, but the fighter slime can help her work out back into her human form. Azusa says she will enter the fighting tournament with the fighter slime so she can dominate her into fixing Falfa. Azusa takes out each fighter easily, and eventually Beelzebub beats the fighter slime. Beelzebub says she did it to fight Azusa and prove she is the strongest. As the final match starts, Beelzebub rushes toward Azusa, but Azusa is too quick to counter. Beelzebub flies up and attacks again, but Azusa catches her head. Azusa and Beelzebub are going head to head, throwing punches. Eventually Azusa notices that Beelzebub is slowing down, and she throws the final punch and wins. After the match, the fighter slime fixes up Falfa and asks Azusa if she can be her student. The fighter slime changes her mind once she realizes that Azusa has killed millions of slimes, so she decided to become Beelzebub's student instead. A couple days later, the girls are in the town and see a bunny that is singing rock music. Once her song finishes, she passes out due to starvation. Azusa brings her back to the house and feeds her back to health. They find out her name is Coco, and she tells her story of chasing her dream. Azusa and Flatort feel bad and decides to help Coco achieve her dreams. All the girls make lyrics for Coco to try help her find a new style. Coco finds inspiration and starts making her new list of songs. She decides to perform in front of the girls to test out her new song, and they all fell in love. Beelzebub invites her to the Demon's music concert, and she nervously accepts. Coco and the girls are at the Demon's castle, and Coco is super nervous. As the concert starts, Coco starts singing and gets emotional on stage. Everyone loved it, and they had a celebration dinner after. At the dinner, Flatort decide to sing and motivate Coco to try her best and follow her dreams no matter what. After that, Coco leaves the girls to follow her dreams. After the girls get back to the house, they decided to make some food with mushrooms they found in the forest. Halkara accidentally gave Azusa a poisonous mushroom, and she turns into a child. Halkara gets embarrassed and runs off, promising she will find a cure. All the rest of the girls find Azusa cute and start petting her and giving her all the attention. The girls eventually start competing for Azusa's cuteness and sneaking around trying to get to Azusa. Eventually Halkara gets back and says she can't find a solution. The girls call upon Beelzebub and ask for her help. Beelzebub takes the girls to the Demon King to fix her. Pecora tells her about the World Tree that holds a person who can fix her situation. Once Azusa makes it to the World Tree, she enters the dungeon to get to the top. Azusa realizes that there is actually an elevator, and most of the creatures are very nice. As the girls move up, the animals get more vicious, so they have to fight. Azusa punches a couple and Falta attacks some too. Once they make it to the top, Azusa sees the pharmacist and gets the medicine to fix her cuteness. Once back to the demon castle, she eats the pill and stretches out of her clothes. They all feel worn down and take a hot bath together. The girls get back to their life and now are in the town. The girls see that there is a festival starting soon, and Azusa wants to start a coffee shop. Once the girls were done getting their outfits, they started the first day of the new coffee shop. The line was out the door and around a hill. Azusa's business was booming. Everyone in the shop was eyeing over the girls, and things started getting competitive between Leica and Flatort. Beelzebub shows up and wants to help out. Then out of nowhere, Pecora even showed up. After the long day of endless customers, all the girls shared a special moment, and Azusa had a flashback of all the things she's been through to get this huge family.